So welcome to the first in our live webinars through Legal Lifelines, and this is going to be on stop and search.
It's a great pleasure to appear on a panel with such esteemed and informed colleagues, each of whom brings a different perspective to this important conversation that we're having this afternoon to address this very vexed issue, which is causing so much angst and worry and fear within our community.
It's really important for us to remember that every stop and search is physical, but very often they are public, humiliating, embarrassing, and quite surprising. But even in scenarios where someone is stopped, searched, and nothing is found, the experiences that I've had from speaking to people, something which has consistently come through is just the level of intrusion that people really feel during a stop and search. These are real life scenarios, these are real people who are having their personal space invaded by people that they don't know without warning.
Here the quotation says that the police are the public and the public are the police. The police are paid to give full attention to duties that are incumbent upon every citizen in the interest of community welfare and existence. I think that's really, really important because what it reminds us is that it's a partnership. So the police do have powers written in legislation, written in law, that gives them the right to stop and search. But that has to be balanced really with the rights that the public have, and those rights are set out, for example, in the Human Rights Act, in the Equality Act. And so the public are also protected in law in terms of their freedoms and their rights.
And for me, it's about changing the landscape and bringing the community together to be more informed and more empowered, but also increase the emotional intelligence in our young boys, especially young black boys, so that they can navigate these situations. So now it's about holding the police to account. And since this and launching this program now, I'm now advising MOPAC and the mayor around the mayor's action plan in terms of how we make the police more accountable for their actions. And I feel it comes down to education, understanding and empathy. And if you're not open to that as a police officer, then you're in the wrong profession.
You've spoken about young people and their attitudes. What about the attitudes of the officers that are stopping the young people? This is a real training issue.
We've got to stop this cycle. This is a cycle that has been going on now for decades. I'm someone who's been involved in anti-racism work way back into the 70s. I grew up at a time when people went on the streets to protest against the National Front and the British National Party and other fascist groups. We went out there to say to the police, stop abusing your powers. And back in the 80s and 90s, none of us imagined that we'd still be having the same conversations today in 2020.